So, I can hear me, you can hear me, so we're live. Meryl, do the introduction. For once, just for once, don't fuck it up.
I've done it so well, and you guys keep shitting on me. Welcome to the fucking retarded Dented Eggs podcast.
Like, we have a guest that, like, the one person that is not retarded. Like,
No, exactly. I was gonna point that out, but you guys had to throw a shit fit. I'm joined by Malkir and Kong, as usual, but we also have our dear leader, Lila, with us.
Hello.
I wanted to write in the announcement that it's Kim Jong Lila, but it was like, nah.
Wow.
It's on the website. Shouldn't.
It does sound. Can we also point out that it does sound like Kong is in a bathroom?
Yes.
Doesn't it? We made the jokes about Meryl sitting in the bathroom with his laptop, but now Kong is literally in the shower.
No. I don't know where that comes from.
The echo? Well, it's probably because your room is so small.
No, it's so large.
Okay, or large.
Like, do you know how echoes work?
No.
I guess
Well,
as much.
in game or in real life.
If you sat in like a fucking empty barrel, there would still be echo, even though it's smaller, though. So you know.
I mean, yes, but then you wouldn't notice. Anyway, let's get on with this. It's like, I have an echo, I have to leave in like precisely 59 minutes, so... Welcome,
Time
Lila.
limit.
It's a pleasure having you around.
Yes, for all we shit on each other, it is actually a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
So,
No, really.
No, I mean it at least. I don't know about these two, but I mean it.
we know Lila for way longer. It's like...
Yeah, but she likes me better.
That probably isn't true.
You know, that's
I don't
like,
know,
you know,
maybe.
there's like this little kid with a glue stick in the corner that's like kind of adorable, like how he stuffs the stick into his nose, but you go like, "Aww, isn't little Meryl really, really cute?" And you're
Okay,
like, you
good.
just, you know, it doesn't sit at
I'm
the
glad-
table.
I'm glad you said Meryl, because I was wondering if you and I were going to be the ones sniffing glue in the bag.
No.
Like, Lila, Kong put glue up his nose again.
No, you guys are the ones sat under the bridge licking batteries to get high.
Does that work?
I don't know, but apparently some people used to do it.
Some
where-
people used to do it.
where I grew up.
You heard from some friends who heard from family members who read in
No,
a magazine
I,
that, you know...
I saw some motherfuckers do it where I grew up. It was.
It's
very-
like not
it
even
was-
you grew up in Africa or something. You grew up in Sweden.
Wow.
Yep. We have bums and shitty people here too. Believe it or not.
Jesus Christ.
Well, this
So-
is a good way to start the podcast.
Yes. So, let's get back to our normal format. Meryl, are you prepared? At least for this.
I am.
Okay. That's nice.
So you don't want to go into a rant first or something? Or
Do you want to
me
get your rant over with Endwalker? This
Yeah.
this podcast will be a no Endwalker spoilers, so feel free to continue listening if you haven't logged in or if you haven't got very far.
It's not like I could talk about spoilers.
We'll barely talk about Endwalker.
Yes.
Hey Kong, the first dungeon and stuff.
I have done the first dungeon.
Oh, good.
Barely.
Yeah,
Wait, there's a dungeon?
We're still not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There's a dungeon. Yeah, I spoiled that. My bad. Says
So-
Lila, who was like the first one to finish the fucking story in our entire company, basically.
No,
She
there
was,
was
she,
one-
she was
yeah.
definitely one of the first. She was really fast on it.
top 5 at least.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I was the first without cutscene skipping.
Mm.
that's fair.
Jesus Christ, who skips this? Like, oh no, like, no, don't no,
Oh,
it didn't.
here's the subject to rant about.
I have a friend who has skipped every cutscene in the last 3 expansions. She doesn't watch any of the cutscenes. She just plays the game. She's not interested in any of the story.
Wait, is it Faith?
No, it's not.
I mean, to each their own. I don't understand it, but to each their own, I guess.
It's like, that's the selling point of Final Fantasy. It's like, the story is
I mean,
amazing.
It's
The
one of the
gameplay
selling
is fun
points.
too.
Yeah, if you're not a story person, but still enjoy playing Final Fantasy, then I can totally get not being interested. Because some of the
It's-
story in this game is a slog to get through.
I feel like it's a question of, are you an MMO fan or are you a Final Fantasy fan?
Can you not be both?
Of course you can, but I mean, like, if you're not a big Final Fantasy fan, you can still play this game and just, as any other MMO. But if you're both, or if you're simply a Final Fantasy fan, you play it for the story, or both.
So, I mean, as a person who's like not that much, I don't know, into the gameplay of MMOs. MMOs were glorified chat rooms, like when it started back in, like for me with Guild Wars and World of Warcraft. It was basically, even like World of Warcraft had like the most glue intensive gameplay, which was like frostbolt, 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 frostbolt. That's it. That's all you had to do. So it's like you can't tell me it's like, oh, the gameplay was amazing. So I think that sticked around because always like MMOs have to be a little bit dumbed down. Of course, there's like difficult parts, and I personally cannot do my rotations to the full extent. And there are people like Toady, everything like you're really really good at this thing. And it takes a certain skill level, but still, like at the core of the idea, the gameplay is you have like a row of buttons that you press like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a certain order to maximize your input. And how well you coordinate that with like environmental factors, that's it. But it's still, I think, comparison to other games, and like I will also go like League of Legends, Dota 2, everything. It's like that's the same principle. Like it's not demanding gameplay. I will say like demanding gameplay starts at, I'd say like somewhere competitive StarCraft like Diamond plus StarCraft 2, where I'd say this is like there's like a lot more mental decision making and actual game play in that regard, instead of like you have a routine that you practice.
It's more reactionary, I would say, than an MMO is, which
Yes.
is more preparation based. Obviously, there's preparation with build orders and shit in StarCraft and whatnot, and game plans and fighting games and like the matchup and whatnot. But it's still more like situational based. There's some of that in
more
MMOs
dynamic,
too, but
I'd say.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do not think most people play MMOs because of the excellent gameplay. Of course, some elements might be appealing, but the social component is really why we're here. You said glorified chat rooms, but it's so much more than this, because you do build your own character and some kind of alternative personality a little bit. Not to an extreme. You're still yourself, but you are free to hide what you don't like about yourself and to put an emphasis on your good parts. And that's why I think most people are drawn to MMOs. And well, I'm an FC leader. Hello. Jesus.
So
She just cracked herself.
we've spoken about MMOs and stuff in a previous episode. So the question I have for you all three lovely individuals is, of the bits of Endwalker that you've played, Lila, obviously you've played all of it. Have you enjoyed it so far?
For sure, absolutely.
Yes.
Kong. You have enjoyed the stuff you've played so far.
Everything past the queue.
What do you mean? The queue is so much fun.
No, well, it would still like hanging in the queue still counts as gameplay time, like for Steam and everything. So it's like, yeah, for stuff.
Lila, have you enjoyed everything you've done?
Everything. That's now.
We'll have to do an Endwalker spoiler podcast, obviously, but
Yeah, with being spoiler 3, I think Endwalker is the best or well-paced expansion pack we did have. But it's just an expansion pack in itself, so it still has weaknesses and it's bound back by the game itself. Like it's an old engine, and some game design choices are weird, but this includes all expansion packs before as well. Like I saw Siri playing everything before, and you saw the growth. And it's really nice to watch the growth, and it makes me happy, and it's really enjoyable to play, but you still see the weaknesses if you look for them.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, as playing Dancer, I think the class reworks are all really solid. Like, I feel like what they did
Apart from Dark Knight.
change. made sense. And then there's Scholar. But
Apart
I
from
also
what-
don't like Scholar, so it makes sense to me.
Four Scholars and Dark Knights. And Ninjas to a certain extent.
Oh, we should bring Toadie on here to rant about that.
Does he rant about
yeah.
that? I don't know.
There are a lot of job changes for everyone who probably isn't aware. Some jobs came off really well, like Monk came off really well, and then other jobs such as Dark Knight and Scholar got hit quite hard. And Summoner is just a different class altogether, as far as I'm aware.
If Yoshi P is a Santa, he would like not just give Scholars coal, he would just take the coal stick and hit you with it repeatedly. It's like, there you go. Fix your attitude.
Gunbreaker didn't change too much, but
it got more DPS.
Yeah, why would you change perfection? It's already the best.
Gunbreaker is a DPS job disguised as a tank.
And it's
if you're sitting there going, man, I really wish I had quick Q times and tank cooldowns and stuff, but you're a DPS player, play Gunbreaker. It's just a tanky DPS.
I am so happy with my choice.
Also, just saying, it's like for everyone who's watching the stream, what I'm showing is basically how Final Fantasy XIV and Wooker gameplay looks like for most of the people.
for people who have a job or a life or are not good at planning.
Yeah, it has been really jarring coming home from work and not being able to play.
Yeah, I have played last Sunday for some hours, like 6 hours. On Sunday, on Saturday last, I played like 2 hours, and I couldn't log in a whole week. Yeah. Thank you. So today was the first day I played again for 4 more hours. I'm fucked.
Do you want to talk about the queue then, since we're basically here?
The queue.
I think
yes, Lala.
Most people are aware of the queue and suffering by it. So you can now make the decision: either you rant about it and hope that people feel happier about it, or we can just pretend it doesn't exist, and then people are happier because they have a moment to forget about it while they still see it on the screen.
I like by now I don't have the energy to rant about it anymore. I just think about it like the way you talked about it right now feels like have you watched Dune?
No.
I haven't watched the new film now.
Do you know the principle of like sandworms?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So it feels like we're a village that's like sometimes a village member strays out of the village compound and is just eaten by a worm, and we just go like, oh yeah, sure. Let's not talk about the worm. Like it gets everyone down. It's like, yeah, I know. Grandma Ellie was eaten like last morning. It's like horrible thing, but let's not talk about the worm. And it feels like this, like it's like I want to be angry about it, but I know I can't change it. Like, this is a big worm. Of course he's gonna eat people who stray from the village. You're like, and straying from the village being not being able to, log in the morning. And in the village, people are like, "Oh wow, we're so happy here." And like, as a working class peasant, you just, you spawn outside the village, and you're like, you have to get over the fucking sand, and you're like, "Fuck." Spoiler: the worm gets you.
Well, as I said just before we started, I think this queue is indicative of how popular this game is and is a better solution than what they could have done.
What would have been that solution?
Wow.
Kill the poor.
There's a song about that.
Yes, there's also like a sketch that.
There's a sketch, yeah. What could have they? What could have they done? Well, didn't they do more instances last time?
No.
Did they not?
They didn't
we
do
have
anything,
3 right now.
The thing is, they didn't do jack shit about it last time. It's just, you get like nice words and be like, "Oh, we're so sorry," but
I highly do think, and this is a conspiracy theory, that they moved it by 2 weeks because they were so worried about Race releasing on Christmas that they wanted to release them afterwards. It wasn't because they needed to fix or bug check anything.
Ooh.
Oh, that is
If
big.
you believe,
Spicy.
yeah.
That's
Wait,
big
they
brain
didn't
mode
want
now.
to? They didn't want to what? Race?
Raids.
Release.
Oh, raid release. Oh,
Yeah.
I was
Sorry.
like race release, and I'm like,
Sorry.
Fucking Germans, dude.
wow.
Talking about the in-game races there, Muriel. Nothing else.
You never know with him.
How many bunny boys have we got in the FC? That's the question.
At least 2.
Who's the 2?
Jazar
and Jace. My
I
relationship
haven't
has
seen
left me.
Jazar or Jace yet as their bunny boys. I need to see them.
Oh,
This
God.
is the only expansion I'd be tempted to change my race.
To what? Bunny Boy?
To Bunny Boy, yeah.
You know, when you change to Bunny Boy, we get on with like the marriage thing, and I change back to Bunny Girl. You know, like, then we're gonna do that.
But yeah, I haven't swallowed my fear yet, and have.
Your character
Mostly.
looks like he swallows a lot.
He does. Mostly because I'd have to buy a Fantasia, log in to use it, and then log out to change to Bunny Boy.
And guess what, people?
And-
It's the warm.
And for that reason, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe after Christmas, I'll give it a month as a Bunny Boy. Okay. Until I can finally fulfill my dream of being a female Hrothgar.
Are they coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I had my way, they would be.
Oh. They were always good blitzball players.
They were. I don't think they. Yeah. Are they going to be tall and? Because Carrot and Hrothgar are a bit slumped over. I
Yeah.
find.
The old orc disease.
They're a bit hunched.
Yeah, they're definitely hunchbacks.
Hunchbacks.
Well,
Does anyone else have anything they want to talk about before we go into the questions then?
the warm. No, actually, really, it's like I'm happy with the story I've got so far. It is like it has well-designed gameplay elements, especially like character changes, etc. You know, like without spoilers, like you know, different aspects of the game are very fun to play. I'm enjoying the design. I enjoy the surroundings. It's like all is very, very good. If I could actually see it at some point, so that's my first review after 1 week or like 1.5.
Just need to get up earlier, mate. That's all. 8:30 in the morning. The queue's only about 300 people.
Yeah. Just get fucked.
Just change your sleep schedule. Play from 3 a.m. to before you go to work.
Just stop what you're doing in real life. That doesn't matter anymore. Log in
Right.
at 8:30 a.m.
Call in sick.
Call in sick. Tell your parents you've died, and then play the game. I don't see what the problem is.
Fake your death, change your
Fake your
identity.
death, change your identity.
Basically, I this morning I stood like while doing breakfast. I stood in the kitchen. I was like, this has been like the best MMO launch, like add-on launch I have ever been in.
Yeah.
Like, been part of. Why? Because I've got so much productive things done. I have all the Christmas presents. My like.
Oh,
Flat
don't
is
even get me started on
tidy.
Christmas presents.
It's like everything is so clean and my life is in order and like all my clients are happy and everything is great. And I'm like, great add-on release. Like never had that before. Usually I would be like totally addicted to playing the game, but no way this time. So, Meryl, let's
Yes.
get on. It's like I think we've talked about Endwalker and or the leg off, and it's like
I just gotta say that whenever you and Malkier talk about clients, it sounds so much worse than it probably is.
I always like okay. So I said one thing that I've gotten like always.
Oh, what did I say? Anything?
You hit a button now.
No, there was like I had a friend, and she was like super dismissive of like prostitutes. Like oh, those like you know like low life people and like they don't have any rights and like they like you know they're
Wow.
yeah she was extreme. Like it was. I'm like wow, you're like you know
Maybe she was self-projecting or something.
I don't know. I never cared that much. But I was basically like to make a point. I was like, you know, like I'm a prostitute in that regard as well. Like I sell my body in an office, like for a certain time for people. Like I get paid by the hour to sit in an office and do Excel sheets and PowerPoint presentations. That's just like whatever, like the abstract concept of prostitution is basically you sell your body for a certain time for an hourly rate. Like,
Yeah,
and your client lets you do...
Hold on, this is...
And your client is allowed to do, like, makes you do things that you usually don't want to do, or like, you know, but you're good at. So for me, it's basically, I'm really good at Excel sheets and like data analysis. So like, my clients pay me to do that. If I would be if I would be better at sex than at like an Excel sheets, I would be maybe paid for that. I don't know, but it feels like in an abstract term, I'm like a prostitute. So
I cannot believe you just compared office work to sex working.
I mean, you get fucked in both.
That literally gave myself a brain aneurysm just thinking about it.
But it's like you get fucked in both.
Yeah, okay. Meryl, questions. Holy shit, okay. We're not going down that rabbit hole. No.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, question 1, go.
Do you think SDS could benefit from like scheduled short chats between random members, kind of like speed dating? And who would you blacklist? There's an addendum.
That's it. No, I want speed dating right now within the
Who would you blacklist from this?
me and Kong firstly cannot be allowed to do speed dating with any of the
I would be amazing at it.
No, the three of us should not be allowed.
Wait,
like compulsory.
3 or 4?
I don't think compulsory social gatherings are a good idea.
I agree.
You can't force people. Well, you can force people to come to like places together and get them to interact, but you can't force people to be friends.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of doing social activities, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but if we had it as like a sign-up thing, you know, like an event or whatever.
I don't think... Yeah, like, I have 2 views on this. The first one is it would get some members who are newer and having a hard time with so many new people to find somebody to connect to. It would help them. But if they would have to sign up for that, they would probably shy away. Oh no, so many spooky new people, and not do it. So I'm a bit torn about this because, firstly, it doesn't sound like a good idea at all, but because it has to come natural, like the person has to involve themselves to make it work as well. And if they want to chat, they gonna chat, and then they be more familiar with people, and then they're gonna chat more often. That's the natural way. And forcing this might just make this person connect to several individuals instead of opening up them in general, where I would worry about. I'm probably overthinking this a bit. Like, I already saw this issue with people in general. That's why we also introduced the interviews for the FC in general, because people join the FC, they don't know anybody, they leave. It's too much effort to connect yourself. So if you have one person, you talked a little bit and chatted about why you play this game, what you enjoy about the game, and got introduced a bit, you're always comfortable, at least with one person, to say, I don't know, I want to do this, but I don't know how to connect. So I think we already combat the issue on as good as we can as a FC without being a bit too weird.
It is super refreshing as well to go down the FC list and see all the new members. And I haven't spoken to maybe, I don't think, any of the new members in the FC yet. And it must be really daunting to have like the old guard getting on with what they're doing and chatting in Discord. And then there's the new players who have just joined the FC and they don't see many people chatting in FC chat or something. And I wonder if that's half of the problem.
I mean, there's a lot of chatting now with Invoker, but usually, yes, I agree, our FC chat is more on the pragmatic side of things, as in, hey, I need help with this, sure. Anyone roulettes? Sure. But there's like no open discussion and like stuff like that. Getting back to the original point, I'd say as an event type, it would be fun to do speed dating-ish things. Yes, and it's like, I think we would be amazing at it because we would like give people a really good time. Bringing me back to my original point. But,
to the prostitution discussion.
No. So I'd say it's like a fun idea for everyone who volunteers, but yes, you cannot force anyone to participate. You cannot force anyone to be friends with each other. So, great idea.
I mean,
Let's not force people.
Also, that's the whole point of Casual Wednesdays, isn't it?
Yes. I mean,
Is
it originally
to get,
was.
Yeah, is to get people who don't necessarily talk much or don't know many people in the FC to just come along and hang out and do mundane, stupid stuff like maps.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. This would probably more be focused on, getting to know that person a little bit more personally rather than, like Lila pointed out earlier about MMOs, that you are the person you put forward. A thing like this, maybe if you're comfortable with it, you can open up more and you can
Yeah, but everything like
more.
that breaks down when you get onto Discord with someone and you're in a voice chat with people you've never met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we tolerate people that don't talk. It's like, you don't have to talk.
Do we? No, because me and you are very vocal on event nights. We don't let anyone else have a say.
Yes, but the point is, like, we allow people to be silent. It's like shy people who just want to be like...
You force people to be silent by never shutting up.
I do think you and I are quite... what's the word?
Dominant.
Yeah, without going down the whole prostitution line again.
I didn't bring it up.
I think you and I are quite dominant in Casual Wednesdays.
And I think that's a good thing.
It is. I think there's positives and negatives about having two headstrong people.
I think if someone is like me, I sort of force myself into your conversation sometimes, for better or worse. But
definitely worse.
Someone who isn't a piece of shit but is still a vocal person could do that with you guys, but someone shy could probably not. So there's positives and negatives there.
I mean, it's not like that you join every Casual Wednesdays. There will be some Casual Wednesday where the newer and less experienced person can listen into people and just get to know them before they engage themselves. Because, somebody said something about it breaks down once you enter voice chat, and I only made the experience with some people where voice chat personality even differed so much from the chat you had. Sometimes even in a positive way. They were just nicer when you talk to them because they had a voice and they heard a voice and they maybe realized that you're human behind as well and not just text that answers you. So I don't know where that comes from, but I have seen this with not many, but some people.
We're gonna do
it was just going back to the point where you said of there's your in-game persona, and then there's who you are behind the screen, and I often think those two people are different.
Look at Merle.
The in-game persona of yourself is all of your positive traits that you believe you have or know you have brought forward, but without the negativity.
Yeah, there's a big disconnect between me and my character. Sure.
Is there?
She is a saint and she can do no wrong. I am a piece of shit and I embrace that.
But for other people, there's no difference between their character and the person behind the screen.
They're a piece of shit both.
They're just the same person. Like, and Kong is a good example for that. If you talk to him in FC and in Discord, they're identical.
Huh. It's a lot of things. Like, the thing that I noticed is that many people are very insecure in their own weirdness, and it takes a lot of age or like in general time and experience, like life experience, like bad life experience as well, to like get a grip on who you are, and like that you're usually, like all of us, like all humans are in some way weird. Either they are broken, they're like shitty in the worst case, but most people that I meet online or like that I meet in life are like super weird. They have weird hobbies, they have weird interests, and they are like too embarrassed by based on, I don't know, bad school experiences, mobbing, bullying, all that shit, to like show their weirdness. And they like the older you grow, you like bottle that up. But after some point, after like a certain amount of life experience is reached, that just comes out and be like, like I realized you're all weirdos. It's like like I have to say, like I work in an suit wearing fashion. I work like in a very professional setting, like a lot of banking and people who like pretend to be really professional. And then it's like you just go in and it's like I know like you're some of you are into video games, and like for example I have like when Lila knows that because like she has seen my work setup. When I do like presentation everything, I have some miniatures that I painted in a glass casing behind me because my flat is not that big, so like I have to stuff them somewhere. So and then like one colleague was like, "Hey, you have some Dark Elder units there," and I'm like, "That's a nice paint job." I'm like, "Well, we were talking about cybersecurity and penetration testing, like also no jokes here." So I'm like, "Wow, where did that come from?" Yeah, like I painted some myself like some years ago. I'm like, wow, that's cool. And there's like, it's like there's like some suit wearing super professional people who have just weird hobbies. And at some point you need to realize like everyone is weird. You're not at fault. You're not broken. You're not anything for liking weird things. You can be accepted if you accept yourself first, and then it's like the whole thing comes like crumbling down. You start being at every aspect you're the full person you are inside. So that's my philosophical intake for today.
We are getting very deep for a podcast about a fucking FC. Like,
also, that's what she said.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
I need to continue this though.
Also, I like the way you said no jokes after the penetration test comment. Yet you were talking about your work is basically you being a prostitute.
Yes.
You can't draw the line in the sand and then move the sand. That's not how that works.
Lila, you were saying?
Yes.
I need to continue what Kong says in some other way. You say this as people would judge you badly for doing some things.
Yes.
And yet yesterday I have met like 10 people on a corona-conform party, so everybody was tested and vaccinated, and so no worries there. And I was the most unusual looking, let's say that, because I let's say my wearing style, I can be as honest, like I'm wear goth usually, like nice clothes. I don't know. I overdressed and the others were wearing polo shirts and they're super formal and I'm just completely rocking my goth part. And I was worried, oh shit, I'm a bad impression now. I'm too weird. This is too out. But everybody was friendly to me and everybody was adult about this and shared their hobbies and what they liked. And I got to talk to everybody and it was super nice. And I just realized people change, and the older you get, the more inclusive they become, and children and past experience can be horrible, but I would now, with the experience of the FC and like more and more open-minded real life experience, I would say people are all insecure themselves and like to don't want to push somebody away just because they are weird on another way. People are nice, I would say. Even
actually, while we've got the FC leader, Supreme Leader Lila here, there is a question I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a defining moment of leading this FC, which you felt then that it was worth doing? Is there one like memory that stands out?
And why was it when I joined?
Positive or negative?
No, positive. There is a positive memory that you have that made being an FC leader and all the responsibilities that come with it worth doing it.
This is a super hard question.
I know. It's right here. It's like, yep. No prior warning, just...
I would have liked to prepare for this because...
If you don't have one off the top of your head, that's fine.
So I want to go a bit broader. I have met many people where I would say this was a nice chapter of my life. It's not fully positive because I know the FC, the game, and all friendships I have will not stay the same. I might still have contact with most people who left the FC for personal reasons or switching data centers to RAID or marrying somebody and saying, yeah, I stopped playing the game. And it's always kind of sad. that the chapter ends. But I would say I have met so many people that enriched my life, and I'm very happy to have met that. This all together makes it worth it. And on the other side, which is less social, when I realized the website for like Kong and Aqua mostly asked for features and stuff, and that things work, and I realized people use this and enjoy this, and they enjoy something I do and I can provide. It made me happy, and I know not many people use it nowadays, and it's mostly like I maintain it for myself mostly. I keep a lot of guides there, which just I use, and I don't know how many other people use because I don't use any tracking, but the thought that I might just help one person is enough for me.
That's about as positive as Lila can get in her life, so that's appreciated.
That was pretty positive, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then, Sonny, next one.
Yeah.
Also, who asked the question about the bloody speed dating? And was it Shadow?
No, it was not. It was not.
Because that is
That's
such
not
a Shadow thing to ask.
I would say precisely
No.
not. That's precisely not a Shadow thing to ask.
I don't know.
No.
He's crafty in his ways, though. That's
Shadow is definitely crafty about his questions, but that was not Shadow. No.
Okay.
I don't know if I should reveal it.
No, it's fine. If I did, yeah, that's fine. If you don't want to, I understand.
No, actually, I will. It was Dash.
Calling out Dash for the speed dating.
No, because I thought it was such a funny question, and she deserves the praise. That's why.
It was a good question.
I'm going to ask her what she thinks about speed dating when she next gets on.
I'm gonna tell him, you know.
Well, next one is, can you offer an alternative meaning to our FC's tag if, you know, since it's an acronym, SDS, what would it stand for, in your opinion?
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Let's give it first to Lila, because I have no idea.
So instead of sleeping dragons...
Yeah, I have an issue with the D in the middle.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Oh, God, people.
There's only one way this can go with you three. So, no,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
decline.
answering.
There is no possibility SDS can be formed in any other acronym.
I think sleeping dicks is great. I don't know what you're on about.
Wait, so the question is basically SDS. What could it? What else could it stand for, right?
Shit.
Yeah.
Dash says.
Shit, Dash says. Yeah, that's a good one. Poor Dash.
She was the one who asked the question. I did a double take from her.
He did a double dash.
Double dash.
Shadow's daily support.
That's a good one.
Oh, that was
That's
good.
a good one.
That's surprisingly smart for you.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Get fucked, glue people. So no, yeah, but that's like a thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't find anything else. It's like I ever wondered why there's like another S in there, but I think there's like it has to be 3.
No.
No, you can have it.
Why did you add another S then? It could just be
I
SD.
didn't. It was Starfish. I never chose upon this, and he said sleeping dragons, and there was some emphasis on the S because I don't know, he came from Jordan, so he made this. I just took this, and now it's mine.
Now it's mine. It's like that stupid meme. I made this, and you give it to someone else, and he goes, "I made this.
I made it.
This
Yes.
is mine."
You made this? I made this.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, next question. This one was very specific, so we can't go open-ended. So it's like,
Yeah, I know. Fuck, where did it go? I had it lined up and everything. There we go. What's the worst mistake you've ever made?
Oh. Wow. In game, in real life.
It doesn't specify.
Fantastic.
They just sent, what's the worst mistake you've ever made? It was not Dash this time.
The worst mistake I've ever made.
in the game, I would have to think way harder than in real life, but
Real life is just whizzing past of all the last like mistakes I've made.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
In game, I'm like, mistakes, learning opportunities.
I mean, in real life, it's basically like a bucket full of water, and you just like just have to dip your like glass into it, and just like, oh, which mistake is it gonna be today? And it's like, oh yeah. In game, Lila, let's go. Like, what's in game your biggest mistake? Like, first we do a round of in game, then we go in real life.
Really? No, I'm not that. Well, hold on.
Oh yeah, here you go. You signed up for this, and it's like
shit.
So, Lila, in game.
Having started playing this game at all.
Wonderful. We all face our addiction in different ways.
No, yeah, it takes. I cannot stop, even if I wanted to. And it's not only the FC and the social complex, all my friends in game holding me back. It's kind of everything. I tried to stop around Heavensward when my static exploded because the raid was really hard, but the maximum break I ever had was 3 months. That's how long I can go without this. And it's kind of spooky. This is also, like, I'm covering real life and in-game with this, so I...
That's fair.
But yeah.
I'll go next, because Melchior still needs to find, like, a comfortable answer, and Meryl, like, do we want to know?
I am sweating bullets for both of these answers.
So I will with in-game, I will go with switching to Lalafell for one evening, and then being so disgusted at it that I changed back. So it was like a total waste of a Fantasia, and that's, like, the biggest mistake, because it didn't even last, like, 1 hour. That's, like, in-game. In real life, I would go with...
Murder.
No. I will not attest to that.
Your Honor.
So, no, I will go with... I wish I would have studied maths, I'd say, as, like, one of the big mistakes, because I really, really enjoy math, and I think my field of study right now is, like, it's good. It pays... for a lot of things, and it wasn't a bad choice, like art or something, or being a musician. Could you imagine?
No.
So no, but joking aside, I really enjoy math, and it's like I thought about switching from bachelor to masters, and I didn't, because it was like so much I had to retake. I was like, fuck it, for like 2 more years I'll just finish this one. But yeah, like I was very gung-ho and like fuck it attitude about my studies, and like I did get good grades, but I think I should have put more time into like what I really want to do, and would have studied something else. But yeah, maybe when I'm older or something. So that's it from my side. Meryl, I think you're next, because Melchior is still like panicking.
In game, I would say probably that I started playing in A Realm Reborn, and then I came back for like every expansion, but I never stuck to it, and I sort of regret not sticking to it, because I've done like a lot of things that I would have wanted to do, but I would have wanted to do it when it was current, if that makes sense.
Do you want to switch, Mural?
What do you mean?
Lives.
No, because I mean, for real life regrets, I dated an American for like 4 years, so that's a big one. Other than that, I don't think my real life mistakes are something that should be discussed on this podcast.
Wow, look at you guys.
No murders, I promise. I think.
That they'll find the bodies for.
It was dark in a country road. I don't know how fast I was going. Oh.
Yeah, so well, I got my answers out there quickly because I don't want to give Malkier any more time.
Yeah, let's go. Melchior, in game. Let's go.
Okay. In my fuck.
I mean, we can make it simpler, just anything that pops into mind.
Before I joined this FC, I was part of another FC. Hold on, let me finish, because otherwise you're never going to get another. Lina knows the story, but I'm not going to go into it. I made catastrophic mistakes in that FC and the people that were in that FC, to a point in which one day I hit the big red nuke button and just deleted everything. And then logged off.
What did you do?
Wait, do you mean like deleted your character and everything?
No, didn't delete my character. Anything to do with the FC I was in, the friends I had,
Switch servers and everything.
The servers that I was on. I hit a big red button and just went, that's it, that's enough. And that is all you're getting out of me. That is it.
I'm gonna get you drunk someday,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna hear the story.
We'll get back to that with a lot of alcohol.
As opposed to in real life mistakes, there are many throughout the long years that I've been here.
Thanks for making me feel.
For everyone who's listening, he's not that old.
Probably the one that I regret myself the most is going to university.
Good one.
Yeah, I regret wasting those years.
Do you have a degree?
I do not have a degree, no.
Okay.
Not all degrees are useful either.
The one I was going for would have been useful.
Oh, what were you going for?
I can't tell you, because then that will tip my hand of what I do for a living.
Ah, I see.
Which to this day, which to this day is one of the best FC running jokes I think we have, and I really enjoy it.
I
don't know
was
about the rest of
in
you.
the dark for so long until
I know
I was persistent in this.
you were, but yeah, that's one of my biggest mistakes is going to university and not. And I wish I'd had someone at the start just go, this probably isn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was young, everyone was like, no, you have to go to university to get a job. You have to have a higher education. You have to. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not really that smart and I don't really want to, and it's a lot of work. And no one ever said to me. I just want
to live off my looks.
No, well, yeah, I am so attractive. I could have done, anything. But fuck off. But I didn't. Yeah, I wish someone had just said there are other paths other than university. Well, that got really, really serious. This is a serious podcast. I don't like this. Can we go back to talking about boobs and penises?
Oh,
please?
Okay. Well, a feel-good question then. Okay. I don't know if this will be the last one or not, but what is your favorite item that you've gotten since the start of the pandemic? Either like being gifted something or having bought it yourself. Just rant about your favorite.
Bought me shit.
Rant about your favorite items.
I have to go back to my shopping history. Actually,
you buy shit all the time.
Yeah, it's based on my degree.
Okay, I have an easy answer. I got a new CPU and graphics card, so Dolphin doesn't lag anymore when I play old Wii games.
Oh,
I'm
that's
very
awesome.
happy now.
That's actually a really awesome answer.
For the longest time, I was convinced Lila's machine was running on an actual potato that she found in the street.
Actually, the people died and I got...
Jesus Christ.
No, I do have some parts from Inheritance, I think. I mean, Corona.
Yeah, fun.
I mean, I have like an reply. Not a reply. Sorry. An answer.
You should be happy that you corrected yourself quickly.
Yeah, no, I was like mentally I was going for an answer, but then I went with reply for some reason. I mean, I bought a kitchen, which I'm really, really happy with. Like but I think that's not what you're going like with a question. Like you want to have like some goodie or something.
That's pretty good actually. I'd say that's a life goal. Yeah.
Well, whatever you want to talk about, your favorite thing or whatever.
I mean, what I'm really proud of, like a small thing that I bought was basically because my brother is doing a lot of martial arts, and there's he loves to talk about black belts and everything. And actually, like, there was that joke present that we gave him where it's like black lingerie, because he was like talking about like, oh, my new like black dress thing. It's like in German it works better, but it's basically a German pun to some degree. So I'm like actually really proud of that. But otherwise, it's a kitchen and a car and all that stuff. It's like I bought a lot of shit in the pandemic. A lot of things changed. But yeah, Lila. No wait, what did Lila say?
PC parts.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, I'm getting a new one this Christmas. I bought also that. Jesus, I'm addicted to buying stuff. Well, wait. What did Melchior buy?
I brought a new lightsaber.
What?
I like it.
I finally have a collection of 3 lightsabers now. One of all
You
the
were so
colours.
proud of that, and I was
so
so happy that it was like blocked by the fucking ship that got stuck.
Don't even. Okay. I was so pissed.
You truly are a piece of shit, Con.
He was like, oh, I bought this, and it's like he was
When
like
I-
for months, like you were for 2 months, you were going on like, I bought this, I'm so happy. Look at this article. And it's like, I'm always just was like, yeah, where is it? And it's like, oh, it's stuck on
in that stupid channel that apparently all of the world uses to distribute all of their goods.
Yeah, like who
Oh,
do you have
right,
to
on
thank
that
for
shit.
it? The British.
There's one like 4-meter channel that everyone uses.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway.
It's way back then. I see.
It is beautiful as well, that lightsaber, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already thinking about getting another
A fourth one, yeah.
A 4th one, yeah.
Well, don't we all? But we promised Merle not to talk about this topic, actually. Like, Star Wars.
Wait,
We've done our Star Wars one. We're not allowed to talk about it
you
again.
You didn't promise me shit. You can rant about whatever you want. I'm just gonna tune it out.
Okay. Anyway, like, I would say that's it for that question.
Book of Boba Fett, end of the month.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's so
Which is
much
gonna-
coming. There's so much
I'm
things
so
coming out
excited.
this month. It's like, oh, fuck. Like, Witcher 2 is one priority. Then there's a new Spider-Man. I don't like Spider-Man, but I'm still, gonna watch that. There's Book of Boba Fett. There's so much stuff. It's so good. Oh.
There's the current Hawkeye TV series,
Which
if
is
anyone's seen
also good. I like it.
which is okay. It's okay.
grounded
so
and
far.
fun, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm sort of tired of this fucking cape shit trend thing. I'm sort of over the superhero nonsense at this point. It was fun for the first fucking 15 years that it's been
I
going on.
just read something on Twitter while you guys were talking, and Kong, you've probably seen it. I don't know about the rest of you, but did you know they're doing a Firefly reboot?
No, I don't know.
That's been
They do
rumored
what?
for like 20 years.
According to it is Firefly reboot is coming to Disney Plus.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I
If it
mean,
is the Cowboy Bebop, yes.
Cowboy Bebop got cancelled. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy
so
Bebop
happy.
was good.
No, it was not.
It
Fuck
was
you.
it was okay. It wasn't good. It was okay. It was suitable.
Jeez.
I was content with it. Like for live action,
Yeah.
like I am scarred in my soul from the Dragon Ball live action. Everything that's better than that or Avatar,
Yeah.
I will be like, I like the actors, the plot lines were okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the funniest thing was basically that, like, while I was watching the first episode, like on my newsfeed popped up like a picture of what's his name, the white-haired guy again, the pretentious fuck name.
You weren't lying about low standards.
No, what's his name?
Pretentious white guy.
Yeah, no, with the white hair, like the enemy, like his nemesis. He has
What TV series, book,
Bebop.
film?
Cowboy Bebop.
Vicious.
Vicious, yeah. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! How do you name yourself like Jesus? And I was like, basically, there was like while I was watching the first episode, and it's like he came up and like it popped up in my newsfeed randomly. I think it was on WhatsApp or something. Like someone posted, it's like, oh, it's like dollar store Geralt, and it was like, holy shit. It's like,
Oh god.
it's like, it actually flashed me at that point.
If there's one thing you can say about, if you hate everything in it, it is still a very stylish TV show.
Yeah.
It
The effects
oozes
were
style.
good.
Yeah.
And the
Some of
intro was fun. Like, I have to say, it's like,
Intro's fun. Kind of
I
feels like
rarely-
it was done by like a YouTube company with like $15 budget, but other than that, it's fine.
I've rarely seen anything with that bad writing that bad in my life.
The
I watched,
worst line is between that lady and Jet, and where he's going about
you
blackmail.
are black and you
And
are male.
I hate that line
Written by
so much.
written by like guaranteed some fucking
It's so just unnecessary and cringy.
yeah, it's definitely written by some like social justice sort of dude.
I
because-
don't know if it is.
No,
whoever-
there's no way.
don't
That entire
feed
fucking
Merle!
show-
Don't stop him! Like,
Don't go, yeah, before even where's
before we get banned from Twitch at all.
That
Like,
entire fucking show
Where's
just
the-
screams that garbage.
where's the
and you know it.
fire hose to wash Meryl down before he gets started?
Oh, this is too far, but fucking
Next
you know,
question, Meryl.
Meryl, one more
So
question.
you're-
Come on. Hit me.
selling your body in like an office. No, that's totally fine.
Yes.
I honestly okay, fine.
Final question, because Colin's got to go.
Yes.
What's the worst advice you've ever accepted or followed?
I don't follow bad advice.
Just be yourself. I hate that.
That's such a good answer.
Just
I feel
be
like
yourself. No,
that's
because what if
such a
yourself
good
is an
answer.
asshole? Stop being an asshole.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Just be yourself is such weak advice.
I agree.
Because you're not going to tell someone who's got a drug addiction problem to be themselves, because they're just going to keep taking drugs.
Can we at least like let,
It's such
can we at least let
shit.
Lila answer?
No,
Yeah.
it's so
No,
annoying.
we should have focused more on her being.
Yes,
here.
she's a guest.
feel-
Like, Lila, worst life advice. Let's go. Okay, I will go until you thought of something. And that is like, just ignore them. Like, if people are
Agreed.
dicks to you, and, you know, it's like, the whole thing with like, oh no, just ignore them. They leave you alone after like bullying and everything. Like, if you tell your kids, like, just
No,
ignore them.
fuck that.
No, you just, like, you go there and fucking, like, do the prison thing. Go there and deck the fucking strongest guy in the court. Like, holy shit. That's like so bad advice to be like, these are awful people. Just ignore them. This is how we get like shit like Nazi Germany. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? That's like really, really bad life
Okay,
advice.
okay. That's a little bit of a stretch, but I sort of understand what you're going.
From a history perspective, we had the appeasement policies, and you know, like the whole construct of European policies in during the 1920s and 1930s.
Yeah, but it's not like Hitler fucking genocided people because someone pulled his pants down in school.
No, but the point is, like, if you are a good person, don't let bad people do shit unpunished. Like, go and confront people that do bad stuff. So show social courage. You know, like, just go out there, and if you see someone like being mistreated, like, don't ignore bad people. They will continue doing bad things. It's like the same for corruption. Anything that is in principle bad, like from a moral standpoint.
I regret asking this question.
So there we go. Also,
What a question
Lila,
to
let's
end
go.
on as well. What's the matter with you?
Well, I thought we were gonna end because Kong needed to leave. I thought we were gonna end.
We
on
have
the
2 more
last
minutes.
one, so I
Give the
wasn't-
2 more minutes to Lila. Lila, go.
God, I'm not making this better. When you feel really shitty and you have a person that comes to you and says, "Oh, it could be worse," or you think you have it bad, but think of the kids in Africa. Get yourself
Africa.
up and stuff like that.
That's not a German vehicle.
That's a matte black automobile.
Thank God you're saving this. I don't want to drag down the mood too much.
Yeah, yeah,
there
but
are
if
too
people-
many
No,
people.
but your point still remains.
Yeah.
I agree. I see your point.
If people come to you and it's like, but think of other people, like, like if your problems are like not that bad. You know what you do? You just go there and fucking deck them. You know, it's like, just keep going there. Like, don't ignore these people. Just, you know, right in the kisser. Like,
You know, for such a manlet, you're quite aggressive.
That's like what
He's
one and
German.
a half weeks of Endwalker do to me.
You mean lack of Endwalker?
Oh.
There is nothing worse than someone else telling you that your problems aren't important.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse apart from
But
just
so-
be yourself.
But that's the go-to for people because they don't wanna bother with whatever bothers you. They just wanna, yeah, you're fine. Everything is good. Let's go on.
I just
No, everyone has their own problems, and they're all like in the same validity of things. Of course, there's like some level of distinction that you have to make, as in maybe your financial trouble of like, oh, it's like, you know, maybe I'm hitting unemployment in Europe. It's where it's like we have a social network in like all civilized countries. Say hi to America for me. It's like maybe that's not as bad as someone who's like stage 4 cancer. It's terminal. That's like, yes, of course. Like, don't like.
Yeah, at least take the person you're talking to into consideration.
Right. And also, we are done for today because my doorbell is ringing. So thank you
that was
for
your
attending.
doorbell.
Yeah, that was my doorbell. So thank you all for attending. Thank you, Lila, for attending. We will re-invite you, and